listen, man. This is Ricky.
Yeah, this Sheenan, I'm pissed off.
This Siobhan, I'm working.
It's Casso.
We are Culture Visions. All right, let's get this shit started on the road. Don't.
Let's
me
go.
Shit. Don't
Let's
give me
go.
shit.
Listen.
I'm just trying to figure out why do you give me shit about everything, though?
Because you still can't spell.
That's a.
You don't know the
What did you
difference.
fuck up in the chat this morning?
He don't know the
Nothing.
difference between there, and there.
A lot of people have that problem.
I know.
I didn't know
How do you get past autocorrect?
Well, that's grammar and context.
My
Autocorrect
autocorrect
wouldn't
dog
fix
me
that.
today.
Right.
Let me read what
No,
he
don't
sent-
read shit. What you
what
talking
he
about?
sent the group.
Oh. Yeah, what the fuck?
It's the topics. Okay.
I'm stressing out, bro.
One of the
Don't do me
topics
like that.
said,
See?
women on Facebook saying is no, K-N-O-W, longer any good men. What the fuck was you thinking?
I was typing too fast.
No, nigga, how you get no?
I was typing too fast. I was thinking before. You know how you think and then
You don't know the difference between no and no?
Yeah, I do.
So how did you get
no
from no?
Shit happens. Bro, shit happens.
You put N-O instead of...
No, he put K-N-O-W instead of no. Like there's none.
Yeah. I was moving too fast.
Like he knows there's no more good men instead of saying, nah, bro, it ain't no more good men.
Shut up. Is that your shit for today?
Maybe he
Nah,
knew it wasn't, so he
I'm
was
just
like, I
starting.
know it ain't... I don't know, whatever.
He don't even proofread. Like I just want you to proofread once, just once.
How the fuck was your weekend?
My weekend was actually really chill. My daughter went to Disney on Ice Friday with her grandmother, so me and the lady ordered some wings and a stinger pizza.
Okay, I was about to say some grass pizza.
No, a stinger pizza.
That's the move, though.
You love wings and pizza, boy.
Where did you get stinger pizza from?
It's a spot Genesee called Macy's.
Okay, I had a stinger pizza from a spot called Desi's or something. That shit was good.
Yeah, that shit was on point too.
So you just cuffed.
It was too cold.
Yeah, it's cold. What about you, Siobhan?
I didn't do anything Friday. I chilled out. Saturday, I got the stomach bug and I was out for a good 48 hours. Good 24 hours up until today.
Damn.
I never get sick. Like, I haven't gotten sick in years. I don't even know. I thought I died.
Because you
She thought I died.
No, I was
Dad, you go
I'm
bad.
the type of person that gets sick. I have not even, like, thrown up
You
in, like,
niggas
years.
that die when
I'm
they
the
get
type
sick.
that's when I
still don't
am,
understand
I make
how it's
myself
not
sick.
possible.
I make myself even more sick because I'm thinking about it and I'm crying. And it's so gross to me that I make myself more sick when I probably don't even need to do it anymore. But I'm sick from being sick. Like, it's so gross. I was crying. Reggie was asleep. Listen, Reggie was asleep. So when I was finished, I went and laid on the couch. Because I personally don't want to be next to somebody who threw up. That's just me. That's how bad the phobia is. Like, if you got sick, I would leave. I can't record with you. I gotta go. I can't be around you. I can't help you. Nothing. You can't be in my car. nothing. So I was thinking how I would feel. I don't want to lay next to somebody that just threw up.
Right.
Get out of here. So I went and slept on the couch.
You don't
He got up like probably like a couple hours later because he didn't even know. He was like, what are you doing? He was like, why are you out here? I thought you left. And I was like, I'm throwing up. He's like, why? Get in the bed. I was like, ew, that's so gross.
Reggie's a real nigga. He probably
Real nigga.
He probably went and got you a bucket and set it next to
I
the
was so
bed.
sick. I was so sick. Yeah,
We gonna be sick together then, baby.
Nah.
You want to do that for your wife?
Go get a bucket and put it next to the
Put
bed.
the bucket next to the
bathroom.
bed so you can. And she can't make it.
Like,
She
yo,
got it.
run your ass
When
to
my
the-
kid was little, she would throw up and I would throw up with her.
This
So
is
eventually, I'm talking about Lily by the time she was like 5 or 6, she never threw up anywhere ever again. She always made it to the toilet because she knew I would throw up.
Casso didn't even take
That's
care
how
of his wife when she
I'm-
gets sick. She can't put no bucket next to the
I
bed.
can't take care of anybody if I throw up. I mean, if they threw up. Would you?
Well, I mean,
No, yeah.
You won't even put the bucket
They
next
got
to
them
the
weak
bed,
ass
Casso?
stomachs.
I got a
She
weak
don't need the
stomach.
bucket next to the bed. I'm taking care of her when she was sick.
She got weak
Makes
stomachs.
it to the bathroom.
She made her ass in the
If
bathroom.
you to that point where you can't make it to the bathroom, bro, you gotta get that bucket.
Then I go get the mop or something and clean that shit up wherever she does
See
it.
that I can't do.
That is where I draw the line. I'll
Yo,
get you a
listen.
bucket. I'm not cleaning up.
I'm
Yo,
the
you
type
got
I'm the
yo.
type that's on the
Listen.
other side of the door. Like,
You wanna know why I won't clean up her throw up no more? Cause she threw up on my foot the one night.
Well, I said your daughter is how old?
No, my daughter, I'm okay with hers.
You talking about your girlfriend?
My girlfriend.
It's the same shit. What you mean?
No, little
There's a difference
kids are
between a
always
2-year-old throw up and
No,
a
that-
25-year-old.
My
No,
children
that's
must be the fucking exorcist.
That chunky shit that she be had.
Let's just change the
Listen.
subject. I'm done.
Listen, we was at
I'm done.
Pandora's and she had like 4 bone crushers.
Oh!
With wings.
You definitely
On
go
top
get
of
sick. You definitely
Wait,
go
hold
get
on.
And she didn't chew all of that wing up, so you know it's chunky and
We
Wait,
still
everything.
ain't got him a bone crusher.
What?
We can go.
We got. Wait. What day we going? What day we
We
going?
got
I
it on
don't
a
know.
Thursday.
You got bad excited.
I know.
I know Thursday. He
two
wanna
of
go
the
anywhere. He wanna go anywhere.
I know 2 of the
We'll be
bartenders.
front and center.
But yeah, so she had 4 bone crushers, some wings. So let me tell y'all the story because this shit is hilarious to me.
Oh, we understand.
Wait,
So
so not
it's
eat all
actually-
day?
No, she ain't all day. Just them bone crushers hit your ass.
No, bone crushers are no joke. You can only
So,
have
This shit
one.
about to
It
be
was-
late, so-
It
You'll
was
die
actually
if you drink
this
more
time.
shit.
It was February, like 2 years ago. So it was her dad party. You know, he a Pandora VIP. Niggas always in there. So she drink 4 bone crushers, whatever. So we on our way home. It's cold outside right now. So we on our way home, and she like, babe, roll down the window. I'm hot.
That's key. That's key
Casa.
right there.
We ain't pulled off yet. The door is still open. The door was still open. So she gets in the car, closes the door, unbuttons her shirt, talking about I'm cold, can you turn the heat on? If you put your fucking jacket back on, you'll be alright. So we make it to the house. She makes it to the bathroom and uses the bathroom. And as she's coming out the bathroom, I'm walking past. I'm like, oh, this nigga did not just throw up on my foot. Like, barefoot. No socks, no sneakers, nothing.
Crunchy.
But it was hot, green, chicken fingers.
Bone crushers are nasty too.
Dude, it's just like,
The bone crusher.
Yo.
bone crusher is like,
You said it don't even taste good?
no, it's good. It tastes like juice. It's just like a bunch of tequila mixed, like sitting in this big ass
It's
jar.
like a jungle.
It's
See, that's the
tequila.
problem. It's a
And
jungle
then-
juice where it's like a ton of shit. So
and
you
then
don't, I don't
it's-
even know what the fuck it is.
And then it's like some
You have
some
it
coloring
comes in a
it.
big thing, so like you just drink it. You know it's strong, but it's easy to drink 'cause it's
It's-
more juicy.
It's,
tasty.
it is like
You
jungle
get
juice.
to a second one, you like this. If you get to a third one, you about to pass out. I don't
Right.
even know if you can get to 3. 2.
Caso, that's on Caso's to-do list.
Nigga, that's getting done tomorrow.
I can't help you tomorrow.
So,
Alright.
so
What are you doing?
Shit, fuck it.
that's an edit. That's an edit right
So
there.
Caso, how was your weekend?
So yeah, Cosmo, what's up? Cause we ain't get past that. Hey, the live show. We had
we
the
can
live
get, we
show.
can get to that. Caso, how was your weekend?
Damn.
My
Curve
weekend was
Curve muscle.
awesome.
Did you go bowling this weekend?
Nah,
That amongst many other things.
What'd you do?
yo, you gotta tell them from the beginning though.
Oh wow.
my
You
God.
got
So
started.
Wait.
y'all niggas in side conversation. No, I'm just
What's
playing.
going on?
From when me and what's his name came.
Alright, so yeah, so this dude came with Rain,
Nigga, did you turn the
Alex,
heat off?
Friday.
To
Well,
here?
I turned that one off. The other one's a shit.
To the studio?
Yeah, so they was in the studio. They was in here working.
You was working? Fuck was you doing?
Well, he was pouring his heart out so they can get the idea of this
Oh
fucking
my
song that he wanted them to do. So he was in here crying
You
like,
emotional ass
Or
gangster.
so, are you a Cancer? When's your birthday?
hold on, I'm a Cancer. Don't be putting
March?
Cancers on the spot like that.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I don't
You
even.
Aries.
just
I'm
are
not-
emotional. You're
Cause
you
I'm not
no
emotional
emotion.
as shit.
You're not even exactly. That's weird.
I
can't
don't do
believe
this
you're a
zodiac
Cancer.
shit.
Anyway, finish. Well, I'm
That's
sorry.
how- that's how you know
Sorry
some
to
bullshit.
interrupt.
Yeah, I
Sorry
don't
to
do that
interrupt.
shit.
So he was in the studio. He was putting on with Alex and his freestyle that he got coming on
February
February
4th.
Alex got a freestyle, or you on it?
I'm on it.
He's on it too. So he's on the
I'm
intro.
completely
What are you like, Dave Chappelle in the
I'm sorry.
dime
No, he
shop?
went with his Diddy shit. He
Oh
was on
god.
his Diddy shit.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
It don't sound that bad though. It actually sounds alright.
It don't sound that bad. Like don't sound. It
don't-
sounds good.
It don't sound bad at all.
For a
Like,
rookie.
He wouldn't have
He
put
thinks
it on
you're
there.
lucky. You're not, usually in the studio, so you might
Oh,
get that.
Ah, Ricky and his
you know what?
feelings.
He didn't record it in the studio, so that's probably why it sound good. He was like, you didn't get time to
Rick
get
and his
nervous or
feelings
nothing.
again.
No,
So after this dude left the studio, Keisha Plum and SK Home came through. We was in the studio working till 5 in the morning.
Oh, so you was working.
Damn,
Working.
working.
Yeah, so then they left. I went home for a second. It was right back at like 10.
Dang.
When he live down the street.
I be
ain't that
needing to
far.
sleep.
Whatever, nigga.
Do you live close?
Down the street.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Literally.
Like
Casa
down the street, do you
own
walk
most of the
here?
street.
Do you walk here?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
Casa own this street.
I didn't
Yeah, she done did 12 episodes and didn't never know that you lived on this.
I didn't. I just be like, he here all the time. I don't
Casa
know. We just
own
meet
this
Like
sometimes.
I can roll out the bed, just walk down the
Damn.
street, go to work, and then
That's crazy. I didn't
just
know
walk
that.
back down.
Interesting.
And then went bowling. Left
What
bowling.
you bowl?
7 something. I'm not sure. You already know that.
This motherfucker.
So yeah, shut down the bowling alley. With the J Skis event, came back to the studio after J Skis event. Shout out to D Jack. He came through with Billy Esco, Uptown Chase, and then Keisha Plum and SK came back to the studio. We was working again until it was damn near 6, 7 in the morning.
Oh, damn.
On Sunday.
Oh, you was working.
Yeah, he was working.
Yeah, then chilled on Sunday,
He ain't
Sunday
answer
morning.
No text.
and then went to Disney on Ice with my kids, and then like just crashed
Damn,
after that.
You had a
Yeah.
busy weekend.
Yeah, this weekend the
My-
group
this
chat
is-
was real quiet.
This is the first time I actually
I
did
was
something on my
dead.
weekend.
You did a lot.
Yeah.
She said I was dead.
I wasn't.
Rick, what you do this weekend besides lay a track down?
Yeah, I played the track.
Where'd your heart out?
Don't listen to him when I say.
No,
We had a conversation.
I believe him. You and
No, no, no.
It was in there like Keith Sweat
It's okay.
and Gerald Levert.
It's
Don't
okay.
listen to him.
Gerald.
You was
We-
in here like Tyrese.
Yo,
You was in here like
I was
Tyrese?
not. We were having a conversation amongst
Man.
married men,
Okay.
and it was a great conversation.
Nice.
With that great conversation, I did help.
Did you cry?
No, what the fuck? I helped produce the song, or assisted.
You assisted on the
Yeah.
song.
He just
Okay.
goes right in.
What else?
You cried too.
Then shut up. Then what I do? I went home, went to sleep, and the next day I went and chilled with Rennie.
What day did you lose the Super Bowl?
That was Thursday. I went and chilled with Rennie and Tristan, and we had Chinese food, which was damn good. I ain't had that in a long time. Hung out with Nas, my son, Tristan, Rennie. We was watching some stupid movie, I don't know, and they were playing around, kidding. And then I went to the what's his name?
J Skis.
J Skis event, which was dope. I
Yeah,
had a
the
good time.
smile video was
Smile video was crazy.
Looked up.
Then shit, I went back home, went to sleep. Then I went to church on Sunday.
What was the message?
What church did you go to? I never asked you that.
But them, it's on Ferry in Michigan, right there at the corner by like the new skating line.
You go to church every Sunday?
Well,
I do too.
I didn't know that.
Was it Bethesda or something?
no, it's Bethel. Excuse me.
True Bethel Baptist Club.
No, it's not true Bethel. You know where
Bethel. What is it?
Bethel AMCE.
Okay.
Where do you go every
I've heard
Sunday?
that before.
Yeah.
Friendship Baptist
Where's that?
on Clinton.
Nice. Where do you go every Sunday?
Bowling.
Yeah.
I'm with you.
The church at Airport Lanes.
That's funny. You grew up in the church?
Yeah, play
No, it's
drums and
funny.
everything.
What's funny is I didn't grow up in church.
I didn't.
I
Well,
didn't start
my
going to
mom
church
was
until I got with my girlfriend.
Oh, that's nice. I mean, sometimes, you know what I mean? Like, it introduces you to something that you don't know.
Yeah, but I'm not really big on religion.
I'm not big.
Oh, yeah,
I mean, it
move on
does.
from that.
It gives you a message, but
It definitely gives you a message.
I'm just not.
Trust me, when it gives you.
Yeah.
Well, you gotta be willing to receive and
Yeah.
listen. Though.
And that's-
I listen and learn. I just.
I'm just saying, like some people
I don't
might
want
not.
I can't even
like,
talk about
gravitate
religion.
towards
My
it.
idea of it is really crazy. So.
Well, that's another
Mine-
topic.
mine is
We'll
too,
move on
so-
from that.
You believe in a higher power?
Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying I'm like, don't believe in it.
But do you believe in aliens?
I just think it's real culty.
Move on. We had the live podcast at Oakland. Very good turnout.
Yeah, it was.
It really was.
It was awesome.
Me and Casso throughout the day was thinking, 15, 20 people. We'll
Yeah,
be
you
good.
could say. I thought that we'd only have like 15, 20. I did.
No,
Even though
thought
I knew-
30. Like
I
I
didn't.
thought more than 20.
Them wings.
I
were
was
good as
thinking
hell.
20 because I was
I
like,
didn't
I didn't know if
get
people
I started
were gonna,
wanting
you know, people bought tickets, but you know, with the weather that weekend, I was like, are people gonna be like feeling like coming out? It's been
It
cold,
wasn't
like
that bad
whatever.
that day though.
No, and it ended
No.
up working out. Man, people showed up. So I was happy.
Damn, people was bringing people. So
Yeah,
helped
that was
out
sweet.
too.
It was.
The thing that I like most about, I guess, that time, that event, is that people are like intuitive. They wanted to know more about it.
Mhm.
You know, throughout the time before we started the podcast, as I was
I
walking
know
around.
her friend stopped me before I left and was like, "You guys need to do more shows," and I'm like, "You guys need to subscribe more." I didn't know what you want me to say.
Yeah.
But she was definitely like, everybody was hyped about this
They
shit.
were like, you guys should do it more.
I guess
The feedback was
the
good.
feedback was great. The feedback, you know, the constructive criticism about, you know, things that we might need to do, I thought was awesome. And I think we had talked about this, me and Caso. This is what we needed.
I'll never include us in constructive criticism.
It doesn't.
I don't want to talk to them. No way. I'm busy.
Cause this was the sidebar technical stuff that you said you didn't want to be part of.
Right, technical stuff. So like,
I
so
don't be mad.
so for
I
instance,
don't be mad that I did that shit.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't be mad. It's just like,
yo, get your
like,
fucking
come
panties
on.
out of the bunch, man. Chill.
First of all,
So hold on, let me finish.
I
I
got
know
boy
where
shorts on
Danny
today.
said.
let me finish. No, it was people saying that they couldn't hear, but me and Casa, we didn't think about. We like, well, if they're quiet, they can hear. But if we would have had a mic to pass around when we talked,
But why
and then
would
had
we
it
have
plugged into
one
the-
mic to pass around though?
no, just for the crowd, not for
Yeah, because
not
that's
for
the
this.
feedback I got. People couldn't
Yeah.
hear. And
And
it is hard because, like, no matter, I mean, once you have a crowd, some people are going to talk regardless. You're never
Yeah.
going to have everybody be completely quiet.
Right.
Because sometimes people just gravitate to what they're interested in. So I think some conversations we were having, like, people were more quiet and we're like, oh, okay, they're more engaged. And then other ones, some people were interested and other people weren't, so they're talking to the person next to them.
Right.
So we did probably need something so that we could be heard more.
yeah.
I think so.
So I was pleased with it. I mean,
was the first time.
I gave it a 4 out of 5.
Yeah. No, it was good
Yeah.
for a first go around.
More so that we got the people to get out the bed.
Yeah, they
from the
did.
house, they give the 4.
I was surprised, yeah.
You know.
The wings was good.
Yeah, the thing is, yeah.
The wings was
You
good.
ain't getting any
And
food?
whoever that bartender was made me like the perfect crown and cranberry.
She's a fan of the show. She's
Whoever
subscribed.
she is, she made like the perfect crown and cranberry.
Yeah.
I've never had that. Crown and crab.
Well, we're on some new shit right now.
You
So-
niggas, where the fuck you old heads been at?
I drink everything straight though, so I don't really
Oh, man.
Y'all niggas out here mixing all your shit with your fruit toast, corn syrup, all that shit, nigga. Syrup.
Syrup.
Anyways,
You,
what?
me and Jay drinking that.
Goddamn
motherfucker?
right,
Nah,
nigga.
get your diet Henny drinking that side.
Moving on. So we got live shows coming up. The Tudor Lounge.
On Franklin,
On Franklin.
not Pearland, whatever the hell you were saying earlier. 335 Franklin Street.
Glad you know, 'cause I
At
sure-
3 o'clock. We go on at 4.
What time the game start?
6:20, but we will be done by 5:30. We can either stay there and eat.
Huh? It's only 5.
We can either stay there and eat or leave and go watch the Super Bowl. At this point, I don't have
love you,
anywhere
but
to
I'm
go,
up.
so I might stay.
Kevin, you the homie, but I'm on.
I'm gonna say that's family time.
Yeah. So that's it, and then we got another one February 18th at
I don't got the information for that.
well, I'm just about to tell you.
That hookah lounge.
Hookah Lounge on Main
Cause you said
in
it was another
University.
one in
I just want to
I don't
know,
about
do
either.
we get free hookah?
Yes.
Ah,
So I
I'm
can
smoking
so I can smoke
motherfucker.
hookah while we're recording.
Yes.
Ah,
And
count
he
me in.
already said that he has the ventilation to where we're not gonna be smoked out.
Count me the fuck in.
Tickets go on sale as soon as we get the flyer.
How much
Tickets
is tickets this time?
$5.
Oh, that's not bad.
$5.
Get your tickets, motherfuckers.
Speaking of
Oh my
$5,
God.
Matt, you owe me some money. My brother owed me some money.
Oh,
My brother Matt.
oh shit.
I'm coming to see him, yeah.
I think that's. Oh no, my bad. March 15th. March 25th. We got another live show for March Madness, and that's at J Primo.
Where's that at?
Frankie Primo.
Frankie Primo. Excuse me.
That's down.
Oh,
Yeah.
Frankie Primos?
You
Frankie
fucking
Primo's the
up a
restaurant.
lot.
Yeah, Gianna. Ooh, okay.
Yeah. So we getting work.
Okay.
We getting work.
Respect.
I need to holler at my man about some more shit. But I'll work this later.
Cool. Let's go on. So let's move on. What's the topic? What we got? New J. Cole. Did y'all listen to that?
Yeah, I did.
Yes, we listened to the new J.
And
I
what was your
didn't
take?
love it.
You didn't love it?
No. I love J. Cole.
What was it? Was it
I
because of
listened
the
to it 3
anticipation? Like how he
Didn't
like put his
Didn't
catch
make
But he
me bob
never,
my
He
head.
like-
he was rapping like everybody else.
And he was singing.
Yeah, it didn't make me bob my head or nothing. Like
He didn't make you buy.
No.
Oh,
I'm a J. Cole fan. I loved it.
good job. Figured you would.
Did you love it?
I thought I was the Drake nigga.
I thought it was dope.
No, I'm just playing.
I'm just not looking forward to all the fucking freestyles that's gonna come after when that instrumental get released.
Ah, you know everybody about to jump on that.
Yeah, I hate when that happens. When people just can't leave a good song alone. Like, just let that be that. Like, live in the fucking moment.
I thought it was okay.
Sure. I just felt like it was alright. I didn't hate
So
it.
you the only one.
But that's like I'm the only one with a lot of shit. Like
Pretty much.
I listen to The Weeknd a lot. A lot of
I
people
fuck
don't like
with
The
it.
Weeknd.
I like The
I
Weeknd.
can listen
I do.
to the weekend.
I do like The Weeknd.
Yo, he had a song that came out recently.
What the fuck
And I
is
could have
wrong
swore
with
he
The
was Michael
Weeknd?
Jackson.
I like The Weeknd.
What's-
I could have
who
swore.
you- who your
I like The
go-to?
Weeknd. I like
Michael
Party
Jackson.
Next Door.
Who
I
you
like
go
all
to?
them.
Jodeci.
No.
So you go to
Keep sweat.
What?
Tyrese.
Fuck out of here.
Who you go to?
That new Keep
No,
Sweat, that
who you go
2019
to?
Keep
No,
Sweat.
hell no.
Brown?
That is nasty.
Bobby Brown.
No, I'm
So-
chilling.
so
no,
who's your go-to
I'm good.
then?
Ain't nothing right. I don't gotta go.
Damn.
That's not Alex.
With the
Who's your
Vandross.
go-to? That's
It's
not
Ed, Alex. Alex is
Nah,
my go.
besides Alex.
With the
Maya.
Vandross.
Maya.
That's why you brought that topic up.
Maya by name is my go-to.
So don't complain about what I
All
listen
right,
to.
you got it.
You're not
No,
listening to
hey,
it.
dog, you got it. You got it. You got it. Chris Brown accuser. That situation.
Yeah, that was bad.
So Brown is in Paris right now, and he can't leave until they clear it up. They let him. They released him.
Then that's a
But he
sign
can't
that's-
leave right
that, pretty much that shit's gonna get thrown out if he got released. Because the shorty evidence does not make sense.
And
I think
he's,
what sucks is that once it's put out there, like that sucks to be a celebrity and have something put out there already, and that not be the case. It's
'Cause
like
it's still
sometimes I
looking
wish
like
that there was a way that they could keep that until they know for sure. Like I get it, you're a celebrity, everybody wants to know stuff.
I mean,
But it's like once you put out stuff like that, like that's crazy. That's not
Yeah.
just Chris Brown got caught with a bitch walking around Paris. It's not his girlfriend. He's cheating on his chick. Like no, this is like rape is not something you ever want to be connected to, whether you're a celebrity or just a regular Joe Schmo.
when you a star like that,
You don't wanna
then
be
somebody gonna leak that shit because it's bread involved.
Well, yeah, exactly. But the girl was on there saying it wasn't him immediately because people were going at her, and she was posting on social media like, "I never said it was him. Like, it was somebody else. Like, that's not who attacked me. Nobody a part of his stuff did." So I don't know if it was like I was trying to figure out how that even started. If this girl went on there immediately clearing his, she was the one that was like kind of like on social media like. Pushing it, clearing, saying it wasn't him, it wasn't Chris Brown, that's my friend, that's not the case. So it's like, did someone else create that?
Somebody in his
I thought it was
group
somebody
or
in his.
something
She was saying it was somebody in his crew after she said it wasn't him.
Yeah.
yeah. So here's what
But
I'm
if
about to.
if she says it's not him, why is he still stuck in Paris?
Because they have to do the investigation. That's the way Paris works. But here's the
And I think
thing.
with some of that stuff too, once the lawyers get involved,
Yeah.
the lawyer has the right to they take over the case, so they can still prosecute if they want to and chase that shit.
So here's the biggest thing that people, celebrities, people, everybody should just fucking realize. Why didn't you take it from? And I know you probably don't know this as much as probably you and me. Tupac, like he said specifically, I knew the girl, I hung with the girl, we had relations before. I left out of the room, went to go get some sleep. She come in saying she got raped by people that I was associated with.
Yeah, you're right. I remember.
Why can't you as a celebrity, Chris Brown or whomever, or not even celebrity, just say, yo, before I go to sleep, all y'all gotta go. If you ain't a part of the team, like if we all go somewhere and it happened to be some females around or males around and they're not a part of us,
Excuse me, I'm part of.
if they're not a part of us, they got to go.
Oh yeah, because everybody's a liability.
Yes.
Point too. Well, I mean, yeah. People probably are
I mean, you
living
can
in
say
the
that.
moment, I guess, and they
Yeah.
don't even think about stuff like that. I'm not saying you're wrong, because it's true. Like, I mean, I guess if you're a celebrity and you know that people might decide to extort you for anything, in general, you got to be on top of it rather than a regular person. But I mean, I think probably people live in the moment, and I think people aren't. I don't think people are thinking like that. Like, you don't really think that
You have
what's
to.
no, you're right. I'm saying
Yeah,
you should
but
be
if you at
smarter.
a party, you got mad weed and drinks flowing and shit like that. That's the last thing you think about at fucking 3 in the morning, and you didn't got all that shit in your system.
Cause
Or it could be the niggas that's closest to you. That's doing,
I know, and that's
doing
my
that shit.
point. That's my point. We had the blueprint is Tupac. I just want to say that. That's the blueprint.
Well, I've never fucking paid attention to
That storyline of her saying that she was raped or and sodomized, okay?
Is that what she said?
Yeah, like she said that he didn't even have anything to do with it. It's just those people that was associated with him.
Yeah, but you can't control other
But
people.
here's what you can control. Y'all gotta go.
You control the people around you.
You gotta go. Listen, y'all gotta go. Before you get to your sleepy state, you gotta go.
But all right, I understand what you're saying, but you gotta be in your right mind to say some shit like
Be in your right mind, but don't get
if
to that point.
you at a party and you around a bunch of shit, especially all the shit that was going on back then and probably at a fucking Tupac party in California, you don't know what's
Oh, that was New York City, but the thing was they
wherever
were in a
was
hotel.
that.
They were in a hotel with friends.
A celebrity party.
Yeah.
Think of what goes on at a celebrity party.
I don't even know. I can't think. I'm pretty sure it's some
All right,
nasty
well, I
shit.
just seen some shit at studio. I mean, I've been in New York City, been to different like major studios and stuff like that. Different.
The ratchet shit that's going on. It's at the phone.
I didn't mean to do that.
Yo, stop. When you say that, because I gotta say, yo, I sent Jennifer fucking like a picture one day with music on it, and she was at work, and she opened the picture and the music was ratchet as hell, and she's like, yo. So my coworker behind me just came up and looked, and she showed me the screenshot of him looking like, what's going on? This is what you look.
I didn't even mean to do that.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Alright, so I mean, if you at whatever, I mean, these parties, whatever, it's a bunch of shit going on there. It's a bunch of drugs or whatever. You know, Lord knows what Tupac was doing at that time. Before he went to bed, even if he just, I mean, he probably didn't even like go to bed on some normal regular shit. Like he was like probably on the verge of passing out and passed out. And was like, when he told the story the next day, he was like, I went to bed. This ain't I passed out. You don't know what state of mind Pac was in when that shit went down or when it happened. And if you're a celebrity and you in that type of party and you partying, unless you not doing nothing the whole night, you just sitting around chilling, you can't tell people to go home. Or say you tell everybody to go home or whatever, but your bodyguard and your manager is still there. And they the ones that do this shit. That's still two motherfuckers that's around you that you can't control.
It's just usually too many people to really like pay attention to. A person can't be a babysitter to like 20 people in their camp, let alone 2 people. So it's like you could divvy it down to like, oh, these people have to go, but the rest of them still might be a liability.
I guess
You just never know.
what you got to do is this.
Unless
You got to remove yourself. So if you feel like that's gonna
You know the
happen,
worst part about it is?
we get a room,
your name is still attached
2
to
hours,
it don't matter.
You know what sucks? From my understanding, which I don't even know if this is true, but a lot of people say that Chris Brown does not go out. He like has a studio in his house. He does not go to parties. He tries to stay out of all this type of bullshit. I mean, he
Nigga
probably
trying
has
to
to
get
travel.
out.
and
Travel
everything.
and shit.
Yeah.
He trying to
so,
stay
and
out.
it sucks because it's like, here's this dude. I mean, because think about it. You don't see him at like parties all the time and industry stuff. They don't really catch pictures of him in that. They say that he don't even do shit like that. Like he brings the party to him probably and just is in his studio in his house and wherever else he's at. So it does suck that like, you know, you travel, you go places. I mean, eventually he has to leave the house and do stuff. And when he does, something like this happens because he's such an easy target. You know what I mean? And I'm not trying to say like things are impossible. Like I'm never like, I'm a woman, so it's like, damn, did that happen? Did it not? It's just that if this is untrue, that sucks because from my understanding, he tries to stay out of shit.
yeah.
But it could even be to the extent of where, all right, it's people in your camp or somebody that know you, they just put your name on a flyer. You don't even fucking be there.
Right? No, it's
But
facts.
they say it's your event, so you automatically held responsible.
And yes,
Mhm.
yeah, you're right.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
You good on that though?
Yeah.
You good? You good? Explains your shit.
Whoa.
Hey, so when we go out, my room
I don't do nothing.
My
You know I
room is
don't do
going.
nothing.
I'm going the other way.
Huh?
I'm just fucking with you. You're a rock star, so I was, you know. So we're not gonna talk about the girl that got raped, date raped. We're not gonna talk about that. You don't
I
wanna
threw it
talk
on
about
there.
All right.
You said you wouldn't talk about it, so.
No, the only thing I want to breeze about it.
I'm not
So
gonna
you
talk
can
get
about
I know that
it.
is-
I didn't want to watch that video.
Did you watch it?
I didn't watch it either.
I refuse.
I
I'm
didn't
not
watch
watching
it.
that.
I mean, we could talk about the niggas getting lace fronts.
I don't want to talk about that. It's not.
So go ahead, put your.
No, we talking about that shit.
No, I'm not talking about that.
Put your.
Hey, some niggas need their hairline back. LeBron did
I
it.
know he got it.
He sure did.
He got the money to do
He
it,
got the
but
worst
these
jeans
niggas that was
ever.
getting like
He looked like he was
weed
40 when he was
glued
20.
to their scalp.
That's nasty.
Like it's glued to
I
their
know those
scalp.
braids,
It's
that's
not-
weird.
Did you see the nigga with the dreads?
Yeah,
I didn't know niggas was getting fake beards either.
What you think happened to Fetty Wap? That nigga had like a high top fade, and then like
No,
the next week he had
Right,
long
but
ass dreads like
but
Future
this
or some
nigga was
shit.
completely bald,
I
nigga.
can't.
Bald. George Jefferson.
I believe it.
And got dreads.
Remember I was telling you about the dude who had the sweet ass taper with the red or green waves or some shit?
I can't.
What the fuck? Like
By the end of the video, the dude had like some crazy hair. Like the shit looked sweet, but when he started
Like,
off the video,
are they
he was
even-
balder than me.
Are they even barbers anymore or are they beauticians?
They artists.
I mean,
I'm
that's
calling
a
them
craft.
artists.
That's a craft.
I'm calling them artists.
There
Yeah.
it is. That's
I don't have.
Go ahead,
I
put
don't
your-
have comment on that.
Put your awareness out there.
No, I just want that. I want men and women to know that stop taking drinks from strangers.
Still awareness, my nigga.
Yeah, that's all I want. Like, that's nasty. Like,
Yeah, you can't do that.
All
You can't
right,
leave it
so
there.
in the video, did it show like her taking a drink? Did it just show like?
He bought
Cause
her.
all I saw was the face.
He bought her a drink.
Bought her a
She was
drink.
like, "Thanks for my drink."
and she could hear her tell.
She
tell
said
her
it. She was like, "Thanks for my drink," and then, see, I only watched it once. I wasn't gonna keep watching it and investigate it. You know what
I
I'm
didn't
saying?
watch
See,
it.
because there was like pictures that were showing. It's just weird to me because I don't understand. Like, I mean, she clearly is intoxicated because then at one point she's like, "I'm fucked up," like, you know. And he was
How long
like,
this fucking audio?
and it was like,
At
well,
least
that's
that-
the weird part because she kind of was taping it herself. I guess.
Yeah, she was on live.
She was on live, so
When
she
did
was
your
like,
phone come into play?
there wasn't any. That's what I can't figure out. 'cause
If
it's
you
like,
on
how does that
live getting
happen?
raped, why not put the phone down and try to fight back?
Because
what I
because
don't
of the
see.
fucking drug that was in. She was drugged. She was drugged.
But you're not drugged enough to convict.
No, she's
but
not.
you're still on live, my nigga.
She's not even paying. The phone, it went down on the ground, and she's saying this.
She was like, "Help me." Help
Yeah.
me." It was weird. I don't know.
You know,
No.
So
you
what?
don't-
The
you don't
the
lie,
caption
but you
said
don't
her
get the-
friend watches this happen.
it was two. It was
two videos.
two videos. One person listening to the
It's weird.
video
It's weird. It's all suspect.
and it being taped, and the other person is
Weird.
doing is. It's okay. So
I-
Rennie's taping right now.
It's
I didn't want to
weird.
watch nothing.
Somebody
I didn't want to watch
begging for
shit
attention
about
or
somebody
It's
getting
weird.
raped.
I don't know. I mean, and I'm a woman, so I hate even voicing that idea that like my friend sent that to me, and she lives in Atlanta.
Mhm.
She sent it to me because another woman from Atlanta posted it. This was before it even went all crazy.
Okay.
She sent it to me maybe a couple hours before it ended up all over the thing. She's like, "Oh my God, you know, down here some girl got raped in the club," and I'm like, "Oh, yuck." She's like, "I sent you the video." I'm like, "Well, I don't want to see the video. Like, what the hell you sending me that shit for?" So when I went to it, it was really a girl posted it in her stories on Instagram. So I'm watching it go, and I'm like, I don't get it because if you're that drunk and you don't know what's going on, how do you know to go live? Like, how do you know to do that? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't get it. It didn't make any sense. to me.
Maybe in her
What threw
conscience.
me off was the friend watching the video,
That's a
friend taking
different.
it.
That's a different story, Kato. The friend video and what she talking about is two different.
I didn't see a friend video.
Ricky sent one.
He sent two videos together. I thought it was all the same
No,
shit.
the second one was the girl on live, is what she's talking about when she was getting raped on live herself. The other video, I guess, her friend was in the same, like the house, and her friend was in the background getting raped, and you can hear it.
Wait a minute, so they
was
both got
two
raped?
different- Yeah.
It's two different videos.
Just wait,
So
they got
alright,
raped by
so,
the same person?
No.
It's two
Oh, they're
different
two
videos,
different-
two different situations.
Two different situations.
Yeah,
Okay,
so how was the friend?
this is all weird. I don't know. You know what?
Yeah,
Social
that's
media
weird.
has me like.
I was gonna get to that part, but I was just talking about the one in the club. I'm thinking, what I'm thinking is this.
How would
She
you?
was probably going in and out trying to get right. You know, like you trying to, we don't know when you're drunk, right? When you're in that mind, sometimes
I mean,
you
I
come
never-
into where you could focus and get right. But when you're
Yeah, I
drunk
like that.
and you have a drug in you,
But like she said, she was on live and she had to be functioning somewhat to get
Yeah.
on that. And
I don't know. Maybe she was already on it
I
and it
don't
just
get
happened.
it.
I don't know. But I'm just saying, awareness, women, men,
But okay,
buy your own goddamn
if,
drinks.
if you on live and you getting raped, you wouldn't like your conscience wouldn't think, oh, put this nigga in the camera somehow.
Or yeah, like show.
Maybe she couldn't. I don't know. That's what I'm saying.
I just
You got-
feel, you know what? It was very contrived because the whole video, and maybe people did chop it up, but the whole video was like, "Oh hey, I'm not from here," da 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 da. Then he mentions, you know, he bought her a drink, and then she's like, "Oh, thanks for my drink." She takes him for a drink, and he's like, "Oh yeah." Then again, she's like, "Oh, I'm so fucked up," and he was like, "Yeah, off of one drink, blah 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 blah." And then next thing you know, she's like, you only see her. And she's like, help me, but it wasn't like a scream. She wasn't screaming. I know that it was loud in the club, so even if she did, maybe people wouldn't have heard her. But it wasn't like a scream, and I don't know. Like you said, like I've never been in any form of situation like that, whether I was drunk or I wasn't, or wasn't drunk, like to ever be forced to do anything. So I don't really know what that's like. So I don't want to act like it's impossible that happened to her. But at the same time, I'm just like, you're in a club. There's all these people. There were people around. Like, I don't even know how that could take place without anybody noticing,
Yeah.
and you not fighting a little harder, even if you're drunk. And because if she's saying help, I'm not saying that a man isn't strong enough to like not do anything, but you never saw his hands, you never saw anything. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. From that
I just
video.
don't get it. I don't know. It was just almost seemed like staged to a certain extent, but I don't know if that's how everybody chopped the video up
Got you.
to see it. So I'm like, I don't know if I believe it, personally. I don't know. It's weird.
Either way, buy your own fucking drinks, ladies.
Yeah, basically. I mean, you don't leave your drink sitting around. I mean, I learned that years ago. I had a friend who got
Not
roofied.
only
We were in
men,
Canada.
ladies, men too.
That should be
Mhm.
anywhere.
Yeah, we were in Canada. My friend got roofied when we were like 21, 22. But we don't even know who did it, and she ended up getting super sick and like got drunk real fast, like passed out. Like it was crazy.
And
But there was no reason for it. Like we weren't drinking a lot.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? She only had one drink. You know what I'm saying? Like we don't know. Like that's the only thing we had came up with. Like somebody must put something in her drink because she like went completely left in a small period of time. Where like what the fuck wrong with her? Like she falling out and shit. We gotta call the ambulance.
But
Oh,
if
shit.
Siobhan said, Shorty, you said she wasn't from that city. Don't you think she would at least have like one friend with her?
There's not many girls.
Hey, listen, I'm gonna tell you some real shit. Sometimes people think that they can handle themselves by themselves. Sometimes that's why listen.
Listen, it's at least one motherfucker I could trust with me. At all
Sometimes
times.
people think that they can be by
It's
themselves.
unfortunate. I hope. I mean, I it's unfortunate if that did happen to her because that is fucking crazy. That's when you just know people just don't give a fuck. You just raping people in the club. Like that's insane. That's why it's so insane. It was in the club. It wasn't like in a coat room. It wasn't in the side bathroom. It wasn't in a hallway. This was in the middle of the club with everybody around. So you hear her saying help, but you don't see him anymore. Which I guess he's behind her. I don't
Did
know
you
where
ever
he
see
was.
him in a video?
I think you see him and you hear him. Yeah, you hear him. I mean, I only watched it once because I wasn't about to. I'm not watching shit like that. Like, no,
I don't want that type of energy, bro.
Yeah,
Alright. Let's get off of that. It's kind of
sad.
Moral of the story: buy your own fucking drinks, like Rick said.
and I don't care how tough you are, you don't be somewhere by yourself.
Right.
Yeah, it's always a nigga. It's always a motherfucker with me that I can trust.
Creeps.
Creeps. The Fire Festival.
Yo, that shit. It's just so
The Fire Festival on Netflix. Ja Rule, you dirty motherfucker, yo.
Right.
Yeah,
Ja Rule ain't
I
shit,
got one
yo.
thing to say.
All they did was party up until the festival.
Who
They
was-
spent all the money partying.
Who was
I got-
old boy ready to go take one for the team? Everybody needs one of them on their team.
Yo,
I don't care who you are, you need somebody like that.
Yo, what was his name?
For water.
yo, we need to find out his name,
I'm
yo.
gonna try to find it.
Where is this guy from?
I don't know.
He has to be Australia because he wasn't like Australian or something like
I,
that.
don't, I didn't watch it. I just like.
He was another backer. And
He was like-
trusted the guy, the Billy McFarland guy.
Right,
like,
I think he was like an
he was,
associate.
they all thought
of
he
the
was
dude
like
who
a
running
genius.
it.
They thought Billy McFarland was a genius. So all these people from these big companies were like, "Yeah, we believe in what he's doing." I mean, this
So
dude
they-
had the
they-
gift of gab. He had everybody
So
trusting him.
they sent him
They
to a place
believed
to
in
go
his
get the
dream.
water.
Listen, it was water at
There's all these sponsors.
It was water at the border, and they wouldn't let it through unless they had like a certain amount of money down.
So he was going.
So old boy, whoever was running it, Billy, what you say his name was?
Billy McFarland.
Billy called whatever dude name is and said, "Yo, since you know you're the gay of the group, we need you to go take one for the team." Pretty much saying, "Yo, go top this man off so we can get this water." Old boy said he went back to his hotel room, or wherever, hotel or a little tent, whatever it was. Gargled some mouthwash, changed his clothes, took a little whole bath, whatever.
Oh,
He was on his way to get busy, dog. We all need one of them on our team, though.
Yo,
You gotta watch it though. This shit was crazy. It was
Yo.
bugged.
listen, that Billy McFarland motherfucker is a
Yeah,
genius.
he funny.
I'm watching this shit tonight.
You got to.
Yo,
you have
a
to.
genius.
It's so funny.
But he couldn't pull it off.
He didn't. He almost did. He had a lot of people believing him. It was the first time he was ever gonna do it too. He had, I mean, all these celebrities like Kylie Jenner, like Bella Hadid, like all these like influential,
They were
all the
dead?
influencers. This is what
I
he did.
heard they about to get.
They're all going to jail. They're all
Somebody's
getting
suing
sued.
them.
They all are. That's the thing. Basically, he got all these big influencers, like models, you know, like Kylie Jenner, this person, that person. He brought them all to this island in the Bahamas that he portrayed to be a island of its own, but it really wasn't. It was
What
just
was the
it was
island
just the
name?
tip of the
It was
island.
something El Chapo.
El Chapo
El
Island.
Chapo Island.
owned it or
So
something.
they were like,
that.
so he creates this idea that sounds amazing. So he gets all these supermodels, celebrities.
Sounds like the Payless
They all
shit
come.
over on a
Listen,
bigger
it
scale.
is. This is a bigger scale. So they got yachts, all this stuff. They do this big marketing campaign. This that would make you, anybody who sees this is gonna want to be there. It's like what you want to be at. So they film this big marketing campaign, and they all pick a day where they're gonna push it on social media. So they pick, let's say it's Monday at 3:00. We're gonna put this video out. So everybody that came to the island, all these models and huge people on Instagram and influencers, everybody's gonna post this video at 3:00. So 3:00 comes, boom, everybody pushes it out. Now on here, he's promising like villas, airfare, VIP tents, like all this stuff to people. And mind you, this is the first time that this festival even existed. Sells out. People are paying $10,000 for like these villas that they're promising, all these things. So people that run like Coachella and Bonnaroo and all these other festivals that have been around for years were like, who the hell is behind this? Like,
Yeah.
festivals don't sell out like this. Like, this is
What the fuck
crazy.
is going on?
Yeah, what the fuck? Like, this ain't even a well-known festival. This is the first time he's throwing this. Like, who is this guy? You know what I mean? So people are getting on it. So because all these celebrities are attached to it, people want to sponsor them. They're like,
Right, they don't give a fuck. They
Avion
just
Waters,
see
like,
the
boom,
names,
we'll
yeah.
supply the water. We'll do this. We'll do that. He's getting all these, you know, celebrity people like DJs and like guests and like all these people.
Blink 182.
Blink 182, like Catch Renata, the DJ, the one that I played on one of our Put You On things. So they're all down, whatever. So as time's going on, like they're coming down to where like they only got like 30 days. They're like 60 days away, 30 days away, and like shit is fucked up. Like a lot of this shit is not gonna work. Like things that would take a year to fix, they only got like 60 days to fix.
Yo,
Tents, stages,
tell them about the tents though.
placement.
What happened the day before?
Wait, but the tents were, he was making them sound like these big villas and they looked like these cute little igloos. They were fucking hurricanes.
But tell them what happened the day before they came, yo.
What happened?
Are you
It
crying?
rained.
Oh, it rained.
This nigga is crying laughing.
Yo, they
No,
said they was standing on this balcony. It was like 6 of them standing there, all of them standing there. And then lightning struck, and then it poured down rain.
All the tents.
And then the dude behind him was like, "Oh, at least they can't lie now." It's like one dude was like, "Look at him, what?"
But people,
But nobody really kind of knew what was going on. They, you know.
so
at
we
the
had all
time.
these people working for him, and a lot of people really believed in him and didn't realize that he was a scammer. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was just pulling money
But
out.
all these celebrities and shit, they was on the island already.
They were on the island for the marketing
promo shit?
for the promo campaign. So
So
they,
how do you get them?
he got them all there, must have used money, paid for them to get there, put them on yachts, took dope ass pictures, partied for like a weekend. They all went back home.
They sold the drink. Oh, you gotta tell him what the dream, like what they were saying in their little
Is
meetings. They were saying like you're gonna sell to these.
Oh, basically they were like, we're gonna sell the American dream to a bunch of losers. They're gonna want to be a part of this.
Well, that's half of.
Do you know what I'm
That's
saying?
a lot of
Well, that's what I'm
companies'
saying. So
marketing
exactly,
slogan.
like imagine you're sitting at home, you're sitting at home, you're hanging out, you see this promo video of this dope ass festival, and you're like, let's do it, let's go. But he also definitely was hitting like the upper echelon of people, because there was a lot of other scams that he had going on. You
Yeah.
gotta watch it. Like he done started a credit card thing. Like he had all these scams. Like he was a scam artist.
Yo.
Got out, re-scammed with a different name. Like he crazy.
They were so in debt and money and try to get money. Yo, they made this like watch, and they told the people upload up $3,000 to $5,000 on your watch, so when you're there, you can use it while you're there. So people are uploading money to a watch, sending them the watch, so they have it, but they getting the money there already, so they already have the money.
I mean, all these people. You know what was
How
sad
the fuck
though?
did you even?
This shit
What
was
type of
funny.
watch was this?
I don't know, but this shit they
The
had.
sad part, you know what the
Some
saddest
fucking
part
George
was?
Justin
The
shit.
sad part was is the people that really worked for him and that actually had jobs and really after a while they started because they were in this interview. They were just like after a while they're like, what is going on? Like they started to realize like, how the hell are we gonna do this? Like this is all fucked up. And then the people of the Bahamas, that's who made me sad. That woman with
The
her
lady who
restaurant.
cooked and-
Yeah, like this lady was like prepping people, like getting her. She had a restaurant. I mean, the Bahamas only has so many people on it, so this was huge for them. They were excited. Like they were like, "Oh, this is awesome. We're gonna have all these people come to our, you know, we're gonna hang out." So all these businesses and people were doing stuff. Like there was like thousands of people that worked, never got paid, building stages and different things. There was like
I
this
heard
lady
the
lost.
who
She had
used
this
her
poor woman. She
savings
used her savings account, $50,000
to feed
to
everybody.
pay a couple people that didn't get paid that helped her. Let alone all the people that helped build the stage. Like she had a restaurant. She had to use her own life savings to pay people because these people
But if you
they
had
got
all
stuck
these
and they had to
artists
live
fucking
there.
with you, if you had all these artists fucking with you, how could you not pull this off?
The artists
Because the artists weren't
they
getting
get
paid, they didn't get their money
They-
yet, so they started pulling out
Yep.
slowly but surely.
Mm-hmm.
So of course they agreed in the beginning, like, boom, this is what you want, cool, we're gonna send you the money. So imagine like people don't probably send the money overnight; they probably send it maybe 6 months in advance or a couple weeks or whatever it is. So over time, they agreed to it, but they started booking regardless because they weren't hearing anything. He wasn't even keeping up with the artists and connecting with them. Like, are y'all gonna be here on this date? He started just worrying about, trying to fix this island up because he lied. He made people think it was like an island by itself when it was really just a part of everything else.
Mm-hmm.
Mind you, there was a festival going on that same weekend, so they didn't even have the capacity for all these people to even fucking come there, at all.
Yo, you gotta watch that.
It's crazy.
Fire Festival.
Sorry, festival.
We got I was on Facebook, and I guess this episode I want to call it.
You need to have social media.
I guess this festival. This festival. This episode I want to call it Crazy World. I never really pay attention to Facebook. Like I'm normally on there to like promote, push stuff. So now that we got the Facebook page, I can like scale back from Facebook and concentrate on IG a little bit more. So I'm on there one day and I'm just looking through it and I'm just like, I know there's no good men in the world, but is it really out of my 978 friends, 400 women out here that have no good men?
Yeah.
Like I'm like I can't,
true.
I don't understand. Maybe 20% of them probably are. Maybe like what? And most of them are saying that they're in toxic relationships. I'm thinking like, fuck did you wait till it get to the guy?
Social media.
Toxic.
Doesn't that happen in the summertime? That shit is happening in the wintertime?
It's conversation point taken. Yeah.
Yo,
Niggas is usually trying to get rid of the nigga in the summer. Not the
It's
winter.
cuffing season right now.
Niggas supposed to be
Niggas supposed to be
warm.
hunting in the summer. This cuffing season. That nigga's
And I'm just reading this shit and I'm just getting really, really frustrated because I'm like, yo, look.
Like,
People have to stop. People need therapy.
Everybody needs.
No.
therapy.
No.
Yes, nigga. Even-
No, I know what
even
you're saying.
You
You
need
don't.
some sort of
I
therapy.
I fucking need.
She needs some sort of therapy. He needs some sort
No,
of
no.
therapy.
Why you
It's
leave
not a
yourself
sort.
out?
I damn sure need therapy.
I'm
I went to
not.
therapy when I was little.
Right? And that's why
Listen,
you
I'm
said
not
the
saying.
serial killer, it didn't
I'm not
happen.
saying some type of therapy. I'm not saying some type of therapy. I'm not. It's not a some type of therapy.
Don't be telling me I did.
Well, I can't think because my parents got divorced.
No.
And I was like 6 or some shit.
Get it? No, listen. What I'm just saying,
It wasn't.
yeah,
I'll join
Those-
video games.
those things that you've gone through in your past is now coming to fruition in your relationships through the friendships, marriage, boyfriend and girlfriend, whatever, and you're just gonna throw them all away. I'm seeing the average. The average is 7 years.
Yeah, because you know what? When our grandparents were together, your grandfather only ran into Phyllis from fucking kindergarten when he went to the fucking gas station and the fucking grocery store. Now the motherfucker can go on Facebook.
Oh, shit.
And the bitch was with her, man. Now she is, and we put together. Now you in the inbox like, hey, Phyllis, haven't seen you in 30 years. I hate my wife too. Boom, boom, boom.
Oh.
That's how it starts. It wasn't an option back then. I'm not saying that people didn't do it. It just wasn't as easy then. It wasn't an option. So you stayed together even if you were unhappy. I'm not saying that's healthy because it's not. But you worked at it more, and you just were like, this is what we're doing. Nowadays, you're like, oh, I got options. All these niggas like me. Bye.
So are you saying social media?
Men
is
do the
the
same
problem?
thing. It is social
Yeah,
media.
that's true.
This is absolutely it. It's
You got a point.
social media makes people think it's like false options. Most of these bitches ain't no fucking option for you.
And-
Most of these niggas ain't options for
And
you.
you're recycling.
No,
So in a city like this, in
I
the
said
So,
bitches.
so is this
That's
the
it.
like Fire Festival?
it's the yo
Siobhan said bitches and it wasn't me.
yo listen. So let's just say Sally leaves husband after 10 years.
Right, you know she does because she done put it on social media. Sally went from, listen, it's as easy as this. She might not even have said, I'm single again. You just noticed that she done deleted all the pictures of her husband. It's that easy. You
So-
don't understand.
So whose fault
Next
is
thing
it?
you know, who's Sally single? Let me holler.
Whose
She
fault
looks
is it
good.
that Sally is attracting ain't shit niggas then?
It doesn't mean that
I wasn't
you're
even gonna say that.
It ain't even that you're attracted to ain't shit niggas. You just, options make everybody think that they could go from one thing to another. People don't work at anything because you're kind of like, okay, we broke up. Bye. I mean, I'm guilty of it too. I done broke up with mad niggas.
But why?
Like-
why does
Go to
options
somebody
make
else.
every nigga in the world not good? Like, ain't no good men.
That's what I'm saying.
No,
I did-
I don't feel like
That's what I'm
I
trying to
don't-
get to.
Pettiness part.
No, listen, I
He's
don't
trying to,
think,
like,
I
bash on the
don't,
person
I
who
think
leaves.
this. It's not that I think that there's no good men. I might know like a handful of good men, but I don't know a lot of them. Because a lot of men are, like I said, I think it does have to do with social media. I think it does have to do with a lot of people, like different traumas in life. You're carrying all this baggage. You know, men have different insecurities that they don't really show. They just act on them more or less. Where women, we kind of show ours more because we're jealous. We're more like, we're going to say something. You might be jealous, but you might think you're a man. You don't really want to talk shit to me about it. You know what I'm saying? But like, men just act out differently. I'm not saying that women don't do it too. We're just smarter if we do, number one. Number two, I'm just being honest. I'm gonna tell you this. We're just a lot smarter.
So,
And women are stronger. I'm
because-
sorry.
Okay,
Oh,
I got a question.
Yeah.
Huh.
So because we express ourselves differently than y'all, that means there's no good men.
I didn't say that. Did you not hear me?
You want to take this outside?
You want to fight, light skin?
Hold
Were
on.
you-
Yeah,
I said I'm not gonna say that there's no good men. I know a handful of them.
Yeah,
But I know more shitty men than I do good men.
Here's the thing.
But them being shitty in the past don't mean that they're going to be shitty in the future.
Right. And I,
That comes
maybe
with growth.
maybe people do.
Does it not?
I think that number one, you have to grow yourself as a
Right.
human being, and then sometimes a person will make you grow into a better person.
Right.
So it's a combination. A man has to either be ready to grow on their own because otherwise they're gonna blame us like, I think it's for you. You have to do it for yourself.
Well,
Men
this
or
ain't the
women.
person for you.
Yeah, you're
Right.
ready
That's
for
the-
So-
that's
so you
just the case.
basically got to do it yourself.
So
and then,
then-
but usually a woman or a man will make you be a better person. You know what I mean? Like
Right,
certain
that
people.
right
and then
person
there's,
will
and then there's
build
people
you.
that don't. And then there's people that don't.
But what Rick was saying though, he's like after 8 years though. Like how do you get to in an 8-year relationship and all
Because
that
he
stuff?
wasn't shit that whole relationship. I know whatever
You know
female
why?
you talking
Because
about.
people get each other. Because you know what? Everybody's like, okay, cool. This is the first couple of years. Like, okay, we're growing and learning each other, and I'm not judging you. Like, you do bad shit, I do bad shit, whatever. So then you're like, okay. And then a friend of mine actually was with somebody for 13 years. It was like the most ridiculous thing. And I used to always be like, I can't wait till you meet somebody and leave this nigga. I cannot wait. I cannot wait because I felt like she was wasting her time. 13 years is a long time and you're not married.
But what things were happening?
Because
What things
the
were
one
happening?
story you was telling me earlier was
wasn't
like
a good
the particular person was, I don't know, 7 years in or whatever. But when she was leaving, she was like, I haven't been happy since like fucking 5 years ago.
You should have left 5 years ago.
She definitely should.
Right.
That's her fault. No, that is her fault.
You should have
I'm
left
not-
5 years ago.
I
so-
don't even like staying in shit if I'm not happy for a month. Like I can't do it. Like,
If you-
but I'm wrong also because I probably, for me personally, here I am. I grew up with just my mother. I didn't grow up with my father. So I think when you're as a girl, like I don't have daddy issues where I'm like, oh, let me find somebody all the time and da 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 da. But I don't have a whole lot of respect for men. So I'm the like, if you talk to anybody that I ever dated, they'd probably be like, Shavonna's a disrespectful ass bitch. Like I talk a lot of shit because I don't have a lot of respect for him. But I know that might be something I need to work on instead of belittling.
But you
you
acknowledge
guys
it.
and talk shit. Yeah, but I'm just learning that in the last couple of years where I'm like, damn, I ain't shit. I gotta stop. I'm ignorant as hell. Because
But
I am. I know that I am. But I try to explain to people like that's because of this. Like I'm not using it as an excuse, but now I know that this is probably why I'm like this.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
So I'm about to say something.
You have to own your
This-
bullshit.
I'm about to say this shit right here, right now. I'm gonna break
Yeah,
this
you
shit.
have to own your bullshit.
When you own your bullshit,
can you not put your hand over my drink? You might slip.
when you own your bullshit, you're now able to
Grow.
grow, right?
Right.
And then you see the next person, you see your significant other, and you say, I own my bullshit. He's accepting my bullshit that I have. I have to accept his if we're going to go forward.
Right.
If now you say,
So now we just a bunch of bullshit.
no, but but now here's the great part. But now you both say, let's go to counseling so that we understand how to deal with it.
Right, and that probably is helpful. My friend, I have another friend who, her and her husband go to counseling, and she said it. She was like, this shit is a lot of work. Like, they've been married for a long time. Like, she says it. She's like, it's work.
Yeah,
Plain and
But I
simple.
think people
She says
forget that
sometimes-
relationships are work.
Well, you know what's so crazy? I jump out of shit quick. I'll be like, nah, I ain't fuck with you. I'm not. I'm
That's that light skin in
You
there.
can't be running like
No, but I
that.
am.
What
I
the
really am.
hell?
I'm like, no, I'm good. Bye. Like I do that all the time. But I get it that, you know, I was reading something and it was saying how, like, you know, no matter what stage of your relationship, it's a lot of work. Like you probably know that you've been with your wife for how long, even before you got married. You know that it is a lot of fucking work.
Mhm.
It really, really is. I think that it's hard to. The problem is it's hard to decipher who's worth putting in the work for. Because then you're like, damn, am I
No,
wasting my time?
I'm about to
What
say
are you
this. Hold on,
doing?
time
Like you
out.
don't know. Like how do you know you're right? Like the person that you decide to put in the work for is worth it to you, because what if they're not going to put as much energy into it either, and then the person that was, you weren't.
But doesn't
You
that
don't
come?
know.
But doesn't
all
communication
risk.
come in? At that point?
Communication comes into
It does,
play.
but
You
motherfuckers
gotta
Some of that shit is a
communicate.
feeling too.
And a feeling.
Right.
I say this. Once the cherry is popped on a relationship where
Whoa.
That was very weird.
Come on, dude.
shut up. Let me get my analogy out, nigga. Shit. And then we gonna move right to something that Siobhan said that I wanna get to. Once the cherry is popped on a relationship where there is a turning point to where the man or the woman finally realize, oh shit, I should have been more of this, and they start to show that. It's time to it's time to put in the work. If you already been 8 years in, if the person is not even showing you that they're coming around the
Dude,
curve,
after 8 years and you ain't trying to put in no work.
I'm saying 8. It could be less than that. What I'm saying is, even if it's 8, my personal opinion is, you got to
But-
8. Hold on, let me finish.
Why
You
throw
got
it
to
away?
8. That person shown the turn, shown the knob is turning. That other the person that finally seeing that knob turn, boom, we good.
Okay.
Why go ahead and start over, and you never know what that other person you're gonna get and how long that's gonna take
I got a question for you.
to have the knob turn, because you're not gonna be happy in every situation. And
Alright, wait, hold on. I'm a little confused.
all right, so
the
you
person that you've been sick of for the last 4 years, probably starting to turn in your 8th year, and you saying give them the shot.
yeah, you waited. Hold on. You've been in 4 years, right? You wasn't happy 4 years, but you did 8, and you see the person turning.
Well, that's hard because if you're mentally
Who
checked out
in
at
this
that point,
relationship for 4
if you're
years
mentally checked
unhappy?
out, if someone's mentally checked out at that
Oh.
point in that long
It's
period,
over.
like they're just roommates. If I haven't liked you in 4
In some
years,
cases when somebody
if I don't like you in 4 years, chances are I don't know if I can get back around to that.
Yeah,
If
it's
I'm
already
mentally checked
tainted.
out, yeah, that's tainted. I could not like you for 4 months and build something back up. But I mean 4 years.
And hence,
So
well,
what they
hence,
say once she good girl's gone, she's gone forever.
yeah,
Yeah.
Okay, Jazzy.
that's the fact.
That's a
But
fact.
here's the thing then. Here's the thing. And now what people have to realize is you need to be transparent, which we had a conversation about, and communicate. And don't, because what happened is that person now has made that change.
Or we
And
need
you-
to find out whatever's in the fucking
And you
water in Buffalo right now.
putting them,
Motherfucker.
or yeah, because that's what's happening. Because it's now.
But
I
wait,
feel like this.
What bars these motherfuckers going to?
but it's not always the man who fucks up the relationship. Sometimes women forget that maybe you did something and he was turned off, and then he started acting a certain way because of what you did. It's
I mean,
not.
that's true.
It's not always just men ain't shit.
I don't think I'm not gonna sit here and say it's only men that ain't shit because I feel like at this point in life where everybody's at, we up there too. We really ain't shit too.
Well, a lot of times when-
We're just smarter.
when people post their
We're
bullying
just
shit, though, is
smarter.
that
I'm
people
not-
being petty or like just trying to get back at the person that
First of
pissed
all-
them off.
First of all, I feel like
I don't think a bunch of people really
should
feel like
post
that.
anything about their relationship.
Yeah, it's
Well, I mean,
stupid.
that's true, but I'm saying, is that the reason why it's being posted? Just because they just got some type of animosity towards
That
whoever
goes back
pissed
to
them off?
something we said in a earlier episode. It's just them venting and they have no one to vent to.
Yeah, if you have no one to vent to,
That's when you ask them to go to counseling.
that's when you go on there. I think like
Some people-
honestly,
Well, some people can afford counseling.
Some people
Right,
feel
that's
like
just
counseling
expensive.
Yeah,
isn't
hell yeah.
isn't going to
I
help
can't
because
afford
they
it.
don't want to feel like they're crazy or
I
something.
said, I got $100.
I ain't-
Hold on, hold on,
Somebody
hold
just
on.
fucking sit there and talk to
right,
me.
then you gotta do that. Do I like you? We
Time
gotta
out.
come up with
Time out.
50-50.
Right.
You gotta pay
I,
for that.
I have a tough time with that. We're gonna come. We're gonna have a.
I'm just
Wait,
We're
some,
gonna have a therapy. We're gonna have a
some
therapy.
people
We're gonna have a
feel
therapy on
like
that.
they
We're gonna
don't want to
therapy
go
on
to
that.
therapy because they don't want to feel crazy or that something's wrong with them.
Well,
Oh,
I
the
think-
security part of it?
Well,
Yeah.
yeah. I think therapy is scary to people.
Right.
It is scary because it opens a whole nother thing and you learn a lot
But some
about
people
yourself.
don't realize that.
And
they
that's
need
what
that.
you need to
Therapy
learn.
makes you
And
learn a
that's
lot
what.
about yourself.
and-
People don't want to do that.
So my thing, what I'm saying is, if a person says after 4 years that they are over,
But that goes to the thing with personal growth. If somebody don't want to grow,
you can't
then
grow
you
if
got
the
that
other person
scenario.
doesn't want to. Yeah.
then you got the other motherfucker who can afford that shit. You got that scenario.
Yeah.
Then you got the other motherfucker who just insecure and like, all right, I know something fucked up, but I don't need somebody sitting across from me telling me that I'm fucked up.
But
Alright,
Just
you know.
something
right.
So-
And but a lot of
bottom
motherfuckers
line-
need that person to say, "Yo, you fucked up."
so bottom
That's what
line.
you got friends for.
No, oh, let's get into that.
But not-
Let's get into the
not every
friends.
friend is
Oh,
gonna be
let's get
truthful
into the
to you.
friends.
I feel like
Well,
friends
every
are
friends need to get a counselor, because I'll tell you guys.
Every friend.
Me and Kyle had this conversation earlier, and that's why we're gonna bring it up. It is predicated to what we just was talking about with the relationships. You need that motherfucking friend to be on both sides of the fence,
You need
not
that,
just on your side.
you need that friend that's gonna check you no matter what.
Period.
You're right. You do. I think I'm that friend.
I think I'm that friend.
I
too.
actually am. A lot of my friends would be like, Siobhan, don't ask
Ricky
shit.
know firsthand.
If you want to know like the truth, my friends don't ask me because they'll be like, oh, Siobhan is just like, I'm just raw cut with it. I'll be like, well, you're stupid, or this was stupid, like you shouldn't have did that. Or I'll be like,
So you're open-minded to see both sides?
yeah, I even try to see both sides of my shit. Even when I'm mad at somebody, or like I got beef with you, or like I'm being like, oh, you did this, you did that, I'll be like, do I need to hold responsibility? At the moment, I don't. At the moment, I don't take responsibility. I'm mad. We're focusing on you right now. Now, after the fact, I'll sit back. After the fact, I'll think about it. If I care enough, I'm gonna think about it and be like, all right, I played a role in this, and I won't. I'm not gonna say I don't play a role in shit. I'm sure I do. I'll be like, damn, I could have not said this. I could have not did this.
Yeah.
I could have did
I've
this.
checked myself a couple times.
Yeah, I check myself. You know what I mean? But a lot of this, I try to be realistic, and that's why I try to be real with people when they come to me and tell me sides. So I try to take both sides.
So
I
what
don't
about the
always
friend
feel
that
that.
don't? The one about the friend that's with the shits.
I mean, we
Cause
argue.
you hold on,
I said, you
because
beat
she
that
said,
one too,
no, hold on, because she
You
said
said
something
it's
earlier that I was like, yo, this is
She,
crazy.
but Siobhan
Sean-
is that friend that's gonna be yo.
No,
your friend.
Siobhan said, She said she was with this person for such and such years, and I was like, I can't wait till you get to another man. I think it's also like, God damn.
Well, you know why though?
But it kind of
Because
sounded
in
like you knew the situation.
I knew the situation. I knew the
outcome.
situation in and out. I was there for the whole time.
And you know, you probably.
You know what I'm saying? This is
like,
not somebody that she needed to be with. Like, it was completely a waste of time. She was
How long
wasting
did
her
that
time.
relationship last? I'm curious. man.
Hers,
With whatever that situation, did that shit last?
when she left him,
You
finally.
didn't already answer.
Oh, she left him. She did finally leave him because she met somebody worse.
I couldn't
wait.
cheating? Was it
No, well, that's what I'm saying. He had like 15 girlfriends, like, and it was like.
Well, let me
You know
get.
what I mean?
I gotta stop.
He always had some
Hold
bullshit.
on.
He would
This is
never
what-
say he did, though. He would never say he did, but the rest of us all knew that. We'd be like, what the fuck?
So-
and he'd be on some dumb shit, and then he would expect her. He was manipulative. He was very manipulative. So she was around all the time because he'd be like, oh, I do this for you, or I do that for you. And then he'd be like, oh, well, this, that. Then he'd manipulate her into thinking, like, he has her best interest when he really didn't. You know what I'm saying? And I knew that.
See, here's the thing.
So it's like.
I want to clear this. This is because we probably ain't clearing this enough. And I want you to answer this, chime in after this. So, if a nigga cheating, it's time to go.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
For female cheating, it's time. No, I know. I'm just saying. So we clear. But I'm talking
But
about
look.
people being in relationships. Most of these people that's been in a relationship,
Well,
and
women
they're
are
not saying that they're
women are
cheating and
saying,
cheating
man,
on.
listen.
There's just
Well, that's what you're not realizing.
Okay.
Women on social media saying that men ain't shit is because these men are cheating. That's the only thing that we really think they ain't shit.
So okay.
So that's the point. So all these women are settling because men don't know how to be loyal. You guys are not loyal people.
Oh shit! I'm gonna put my hair up. I gotta say this. Hold on. I'm gonna let you answer. I want you to go in. Here's how I look at it. If you're not cheating, you need therapy. If you're cheating,
What?
here, let me finish. If the relationship after 8 years and you going through it and there's no cheating, there's just you guys are not getting them. You're not seeing the right things.
Mm-hmm.
You need someone to come in between to help you guys out, right?
Okay,
but
wait,
cheat-
stop. Define cheating as far as somebody coming in between. Is it sexual or is it just conversation?
No, I didn't say
because
sex-
women have different forms of cheating where men just think cheating is, oh, you fucked this other nigga. Now, most men don't think her just texting another dude is cheating. Some men don't think that. Women do find that
It's
a form
just
of
funny.
cheating.
It's funny you say this because I actually just read something recently about. It was actually online, and it was, can a marriage survive cheating? And it was a woman that's a therapist. She wrote this article about it, and it was like, and it made me research more and see how many articles were on there about that. And you will be so surprised because you guys are married that with that oath and all that shit, they still will tell you to fucking still be with your fucking husband.
True.
But I know
but-
relationships or married couples who.
And they become stronger.
I think relationships
Because that's what it was. I read
survive
that.
cheating.
It says, can a relationship survive cheating?
It can.
Right?
It can.
So I was looking at it and it said basically like if you go to counseling, if two people want to work at it,
Right.
is what it is.
That's what
so
it is.
both people have to be willing participants to work at it. You go get counseling or therapy or whatever it may be and you work on it, whatever. But it was saying that like some of these people, their relationships become stronger from it, which is crazy as a woman for me to read because I'm like, what the fuck?
I think it's
Like, because
they
I
think-
look at it like this. This is what I'm saying. Here I am now. I'm not married though. Okay? I look at it like, oh, you cheated? I'm breaking up with you. Call that bitch. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's
But
cut and
I
dry.
think it's sometimes like.
Not that I've never
whether
been
it's from
cheated
a
on or
men's-
anything, but I'm
from
just
a
saying,
men's
like-
or a woman's perspective when they cheat, I don't think they looking at it from a perspective of he or she was fucking like 20 different people in different places and you got a bunch of different girlfriends here and there. It could be like a scenario where he or she is not getting something at home and they on a work trip or something for like the weekend and something happens, but that was the only time it happened.
Yeah, and I know that, well, that's what, in this article, it was saying the scenarios, like why men tend to do that. It could be something as simple as, it might be something as simple as your husband has a fantasy that he's embarrassed to tell you about because you always are like, ew, no, you're sick, what's wrong with you? And this person will do that, and that's all that is. Or it could be emotional support or something else that they could talk to that person that they don't feel comfortable. There is totally different relationships that can be, and it could be the one time I went to the strip club, me and my boys, and this is what happened. You know what I mean? Like, dumb shit. Well, no, that's what I'm saying. Like, that is fucking nasty as shit. But that's what I'm saying. Like, there's so many different scenarios of how it goes. But women think like this. Oh, there's so much more to it with for me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking at, like, you disloyal motherfucker. Like, are you serious?
Right.
Like, you ain't loyal. You don't know this. I'm looking at it like, I look at it like this. Like, oh, really? Like, you treat this person how you treat me? Like, are you a fraud? Like, is this your game? Like, what the fuck are we going with here?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I think we think in different scenarios in our head because we're like, oh, this motherfucker, you rubbing her feet and shit. Y'all ain't. What the fuck is y'all doing? I don't know. We'll go to the movies, y'all hug and shit. What the fuck is going on?
So
wait.
Besides all the other shit.
But I get what you're saying. But as far as from a man's perspective,
Perspective? Okay.
I'm turning into Rick.
That's good. That's good.
From a man's point of view,
Okay.
I feel like some men that do cheat, they need to feel like, oh, if they're in love, say they're in love for a couple of years or whatever, boom, and can't say accidentally cheat. If he cheats, I feel like he needs, in order for him to get his shit together, he needs to feel like like he's on the verge of losing the woman of his dreams
Oh, absolutely.
to get his shit together.
Oh, yeah.
And that's why I feel like cheat,
You feel like he's being self-destructive?
No,
I feel
these
like-
motherfuckers. That's what.
like for instance, say
He's saying that the woman
Say-
has to
say
stand
you
up.
and your
the woman
wife- say-
can't accept it. is what he's
hypothetically,
saying.
say you and your wife, I'm not saying y'all not in love or whatever, y'all not happy. Say y'all, boom, y'all good. But deep down inside, you're looking for some type of attention that she's not giving you. And you find it somewhere else and you act upon it. You don't think about it, you just act. And then your wife is like, oh, I'm leaving, I'm taking the kids, blah,
Yeah,
blah,
stick.
blah. Would you let me finish?
No, you'd be sick about it. That's what I'm saying.
Right. All right. And she leaves. Now you feeling like shit because this is your soulmate.
Yeah.
And now you realize like what you did acting on it instead of thinking about it, you fucked up everything. Now you have to fight to get this woman back.
First of all, you can't fight. I just want to tell you that right now. The one thing you can't do is you can't go and fight. You can't be, what's his name? The dude, the rapper that tried to get Cardi B.
We're not talking
can't-
about
you can't-
but that's a whole
You can't
different
go
type of
fighting
level.
doing those
That's a
doing
whole
those things. You
different
have
type
to.
of level. You have to actually build yourself and then work on getting your
Right.
woman back. I'm
Right.
not saying go
So
pop
bad
about her
job.
job
Yeah.
all the
Hold on,
fucking
what did
time.
I miss?
Remember he
What the
was
fuck
like
did
that.
Offset do?
He was like.
Yeah, we won't
standing
get
on
into
our
that. We'll
concepts
that's
and
another
shit.
concept.
But that's not what I'm
yeah.
not saying. Show up at her job all the time.
Show y'all
You
right
do
now,
little
yeah.
subtle shit to tell her, "Oh, I'm thinking about you. I miss you. I still want you." Blah
They
blah
ain't
blah.
gonna do shit either.
And then you have to show her that that's not the nigga you are
They
anymore.
ain't gonna do shit either.
It
The
will
problem-
if
what's
the
gonna
per- it
happen?
won't- it won't
What's
if the
gonna
person
happen
check
is
out.
that you have to let that person breathe, and then they will then check back in when they need to check because you can't keep.
I mean, all this shit gonna
If
be
you let me breathe,
circumstantial.
I'm checked out.
But that's some women. That's some women.
Let me
Yeah.
breathe.
No.
I'm gonna breathe my ass into a new nigga.
Oh shit.
Give me enough time. Don't. I'm telling you right now. That is not.
That
I
is
don't
some
know.
women though.
I-
Some
no,
women you
it's
can't
true.
give.
It's
Some
all
women-
circumstantial.
Yeah, it's all
Yeah, it
circumstantial.
depends.
Right.
Like that's what I'm
Right.
saying. It depends.
Yeah.
But I feel
I don't
like
believe that. I feel like if somebody does something to me and you ain't
you have to
fucking
be
trying.
petty and do it back.
No. I'm not gonna do it back. No, I'm not gonna do it back. But if you give me enough time, I think you don't give a fuck, and I really ain't fucking with you. So if you take too long to try to fix it, that was too long for me. I'm not dealing with you. Like you can forget it. Like I already checked out because you gave me
That's some
you gave me
women,
time
man.
to check
It's
out.
tough.
You know what I'm
That's-
saying? You didn't remind me that you really were trying to. I feel like you're not fighting for me if you just leave it at that.
Right,
I
right.
also.
She ain't got something.
No, go
It
ahead.
depends. It's if I want that. You know what I'm saying?
But if you
Like
with your dude, you tell him to give you space, and he really give you space. Like how's
But no, but if you but
You just
even
figure
if you
it
give
out.
her space, you still
What?
If you still listen,
Yo.
but even if you give her space, you're still doing little subtle shit. You'll send
yes,
a text
so
message
you
here
can
and
do
there.
something.
You'll
Well,
send
they don't
some-
answer.
Thank
You don't need the answer, dog. You
You
just
don't
need
need
her
an
to
answer.
think that to
She's
know that
still
you're
a partner.
thinking about her and missing her.
Even
That's
if she
all
doesn't.
you need.
Yep.
You don't need her to text back. Send
don't
her,
need to
oh,
talk to her
I'm
all
thinking
day."
about you or I miss you. That's once a day. That's all you. Yeah, that's all you need.
Throw it out there.
All you need for her
Be
to
genuine about it.
all
Don't
you
be
need
corny.
for her to do is to know that you're thinking about her and you're missing her and you know you fucked up. You
Like,
have
good
to
morning,
accept
punk ass.
the
I
fact
feel
that
like,
you
yeah.
fucked up.
I feel like this is another part of it. Everybody's egos be fucking shit up too. So like, if you feel like, man, I ain't gonna tell her, she told me not to call her, da 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 da. Did you ever see that meme on social media where it says if you miss someone, tell them. If you want to talk to someone, call them. If you want to, like, you have to act on what you feel, even if you're not gonna get it, because eventually you'll realize, oh, I'm gonna leave this person alone. They definitely don't want to hear from me. You know what I'm saying?
And
But you don't know if they do.
I think that is
You know what I'm
definitely
saying?
ego right
That's
there.
an ego thing. Like, it's not, I don't think that you have to, I think when you do things to people, yeah, you're like nervous, you're like, fuck, this person doesn't want to talk to me anymore. And they probably don't, but that doesn't mean that if you want to talk to them and you feel like you want to reach out, you should just do it.
So at the end of the day, be you and express how you express
Right.
yourself.
And
How you
what
Yeah.
do I say, guys? You miss 100% of the shots that you don't shoot.
Right.
Some of them shits is getting blocked at the motherfucking
That's
board
okay.
getting pinned.
That's okay. You gotta go up and under.
I was gonna tell you right now, some of the shit's getting pinned 2 times.
You gotta go up and under now every now and
Look,
then.
how your man Mutombo used to be.
Pump
No,
fakes.
no,
Yeah.
no,
You got
no, no.
Listen, you might have to be James Harden to get to the free throw line, but you
Right.
gotta get that bucket somehow.
I feel you. That was a great.
But to answer your question, can
Go ahead,
relationships get stronger if someone cheats? Yes, they can survive cheating. I feel like they can survive cheating if the people are willing to fight for it.
Gotcha.
Siobhan might not think that, but I do.
No, I don't, listen, my initial reaction is no, but like I said, even me, I'm trying to learn shit. So I looked at, you know what I mean? That's why I said it. I'm willing to.
Nigga, how long we been recording?
Yeah.
An hour
No.
and 18 minutes.
Hour and 18 minutes.
Hey, so
We good.
people,
That's not
we
what
got
he was
Rennie
asking.
behind it. We got Rennie
That's what he was
behind there.
asking.
No, was it?
Doing the recording. My daughter,
Mhm.
and she's gonna be a part of this. So yeah, we got Alquin, who's the blogger.
Mhm.
He wants to be a part of the group chat. He feels left out.
I mean, the only person that's gonna be responding is you.
Yo, hold on, wait. I asked him
Because
too.
Casso
a
never
week ago.
responds.
I never even heard of this. Why are you always filling me in last minute like this? I don't even know who that
This
is.
is a side conversation for after the show. All right. Next subject, please.
Well, we don't have a next subject. We're kind of
And we're done.
We covered all of that, bro.
Yeah,
'Cause
bro.
we good. Yo, I looked at that shit like, yo, we killed that.
All right,
we killed
guys.
that shit.
I guess
Yeah,
it's
we
time
killed
for
the
a
therapy.
roundup. Put
That
you
was part of
on.
therapy?
Yeah, bro, we put all of that shit in there. Daddy, yo.
Fuck therapy. Y'all need to come on your damn prices. I don't care how much fucking money you
120
spend.
for
You better get some goddamn health insurance that cover it, nigga.
get 6 chicks free like I did.
I got health insurance that cover it, but
I'm
fuck
just talking
that.
shit. I don't know nothing about that.
Slit. So go ahead,
Point.
Castle. Go ahead. You go first with your put you on. We gonna put y'all on before we
Wait,
go.
I
about
need
it.
to go last.
No, you ain't going.
No,
last. I'm
Ricky,
going last.
you go first. I'm
All right.
tired of your ass
All
always
right,
going
well,
last.
Put your phone. No, you don't got it. So
Yeah,
who got title?
I ain't got title.
Oh, I guess it's mine.
It's your-
Hey,
I'm such a bully. I didn't even do that on
hey,
purpose.
she light skinned.
Who is this?
Dreezy and Cash Doll.
I don't even know what I want to play.
Usually I don't do that shit, so I've changed it up this week.
You only got some soulful feeling shit.
I got my feelings this week.
Okay, next. That's Chanel Slides by Dreezy and Cash Doll.
What you got?
I got
I switched it
Avery
up this
Wilson.
week.
Yeah, that was dope.
It's called $1 Bill.
Okay, let's hear it.
Let me turn you up in the
Who's this
headphones.
guy?
Avery Wilson.
Okay, I don't know that person. Put me on.
Well, apparently I can't find him now. Yeah, I get the slacking.
Sorry guys, it's a little long intro.
My other one was like that.
Just a young carefree man trying to have his fun. But then I let you in too deep too soon. I know I heard that voice in my head saying, watch out what you wish for, 'cause you might not be prepared. 'Cause the way
That's Avery Wilson. I feel like that's somewhat tied into our topics.
Nice.
That was dope.
What you got, Castle?
Can you go to mine?
I was saying.
What's yours now?
Big Crit.
Big.
All you gotta do is just go to the.
What song is
It's
it?
not in there because I was just looking through that playlist.
What's the name?
This is new shit. It just came on.
What is it called, Rennie?
Trifecta?
Pick yourself up. Pick yourself up.
Yeah, some new shit.
You can go in the group chat and click on the. If you click on it in the group chat,
You got it?
or you gotta let that rock though.
Income tax check, you blow that shit. Buy that foreign, they repo that shit. She leave your dick dry, that ain't your bitch. Your partners made it rain, but you ain't tip. Lame nigga, I ain't getting up with cameras and lights. Money on the table, you want friends and life. Swipe book, white dime, all the fresh for sale. Ain't no handouts here. Nigga, you can't tell. I'm INDEPENDENT. Nigga, you can't spell what you know about me.
You can go this shit on
Okay, that was.
Pick yourself up.
Yo, his
Said,
flow remind me of like
Said Lee.
UGK.
Yeah. He said, nigga, leave your dick dry. That ain't your bitch.
Yeah. Your turn, Conzo.
I'm going with family.
Who's that?
Keisha Plum, Griselda, West Side Gun.
What's the name of it?
Hitler, Hermes, Hebrew. Some shit that she ain't gonna like.
Is this just an intro? Or is that like actually her rapping at that point?
No, she's not a rapper. She's a poet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Hey,
I did see her perform.
I got another one though.
I got
No,
another
you
one.
get one.
You get
You
one.
get one?
Yeah,
Alright.
sorry.
Who's trying to?
You a greedy
He
motherfucker.
is.
You get one.
Don't get one. Save it for next week. Save it for next week.
Hey, so this episode, what the fuck episode is this?
22.
22.
22?
Come on, bruh.
It's 22. I think we did a great job. Our next episode, episode 23, will be at the Tudor Lounge on Franklin. It'll be live, baby, live. Super Bowl Sunday. Come out and join us. Tickets are on sale for $20. They're going for a great cause, to giving back to the community, to the underprivileged youth. They're $30 at the door, so try to get there early. Listen, the world is crazy. I think we might change the episode to therapy.
Wait, it was supposed to be the world is crazy?
Yeah, but I think we should change it to
Therapy.
We laugh, baby, yeah.
It all goes with being transparent. So.
oh Lord Jesus.
Meek said leave these lace fronts at home.
And sure enough, what's her name? Lil Mo retired the lace front.
Awesome.
Little Mo.
Hey,
That shit was fucked up.
Why you even doing this?
hey y'all, this is Ricky.
Yo, this Shane.
Siobhan.
This is Casa.
We got Culture Visions. We out.
Yeah.